The law offices of Hickey, Cianciolo, Fishman, and Finn, Metro Detroit's business advocates, understanding the non-compete agreement.
Hello, I'm Steve Hickey with Hickey, Cianciolo, Fishman, and Finn, a law firm that deals with businesses and their interactions. Today we're discussing non-compete agreements and how they pertain to you and your business. The law is important to understanding these agreements, to their enforcement, and most often the issues that arise under these agreements require immediate action. Non-compete agreements exist to protect reasonable competitive business interests. Now, what does that mean? Well, if a business is possessed of processes or techniques, like trade secrets or ideas that derive their value in part because they are confidential, the law may allow the owner or developer of those ideas and processes the ability to restrain others from using that information in order to compete.
For example, if a person has developed a new and superior method for dry cleaning, it may be necessary to team up with an equipment manufacturer to build the machinery necessary to implement the new process. The creator of the new method will have to reveal secrets to the machine manufacturer so that a machine can be built and the new method be put into production. Under this scenario, the creator of the idea and the equipment manufacturer will want a non-compete agreement so that both parties' financial interests are protected.
If use of the method and the machines by the employees in the dry cleaning shop has the effect of teaching those employees all they need to know about this unique process, then the developer, as the employer, will want those employees to sign a non-compete agreement. If you happen to be one of those employees, you'll be asked to sign such an agreement. However, what happens if you decide to leave at some point in the future? What will you be able to do without violating the terms of that agreement? And is that agreement even enforceable?
You may come to us with questions about leaving your current employer and need some insight on how to move on without potentially violating the terms of your employment agreement. We can help you avoid costly lawsuits when you start your next venture. You may also be considering a merger and want to protect your confidential information in the event that the transaction does not go forward. A non-compete agreement, carefully crafted by attorneys with knowledge of this area of the law, may protect you against unfair competition in the event of a failed merger. There are literally hundreds of circumstances in which a non-compete agreement can be useful.
Non-compete agreements are used to protect customer data, proprietary information, to protect goodwill in the marketplace, and more. Non-compete agreements can and will be enforced if they are reasonable. This is usually determined during the course of a lawsuit. What will be deemed reasonable depends on the facts of each case. Our attorneys are familiar with the large volume of reported case law on non-compete agreements. We use that knowledge and our experience to assess the possible outcomes of non-compete agreements you may be involved in, or to write a non-compete agreement that suits your business.
If you want to enforce a non-compete agreement, it's important that you act quickly. It's important that your attorneys act quickly to obtain the necessary court orders to prevent unjust conduct by competitors. Wrongful competition takes money out of your pockets every day the behavior goes unchecked. By working with our attorneys, you can arrive at the best course of action for your situation to determine how quickly you can obtain and enforce the non-compete agreement.
If you're being sued for violating a non-compete agreement, we can respond for you in court and help you identify your defenses.
We know that these issues are important to you. We can help you take the action necessary to secure your rights by enforcing your contracts.
The law offices of Hickey, Cianciolo, Fishman, and Finn can help. Call us today at 248-247-3300.
Get the answers to your questions, the insight to move forward, and the representation you need. Call 248-247-3300. That's 248-247-3300.